Hello, fellow robots out there in Internet Land. I am Sobertron, and welcome to the next episode of Titancraft Season 8 here on Tango Tech's Patreon server. And as always, guys, if you want to join me in this amazing community, all the information you need is down in the description or Tango Tech's Patreon page. Sign up, join us. You will not regret it. I can't guarantee it, because that would be bad. But you'll love it anyway, I swear. I swear you will love it. You know, it's been a busy few weeks for us. We have done a lot at our base. Building our central tower here that we're falling next to. We decorated the inside up top there. And we built a crazy amount of beacon kind of bases. But I'm calling them shield generators, because that's what they do. Because we're at the lost city of Atlantis from the Stargate universe. So we've been busy. We've been busy here at our base. And I took a couple days off from recording because I was kind of burnt out. Life is coming up really quick for me. I've got a huge thing happening, and I needed a couple days off to kind of recharge the batteries. But I'm back. I'm back, baby. Woo! Yeah, so what are we going to do today? We're going to do that. We're going to go into the nether. We're going to do a nether tunnel and a nether hub. But I need a lot of concrete. So let me show you what I've done in between episodes. Wrong button. So for this nether tunnel, I need a crazy amount of black concrete, and it wouldn't be Titancraft if it wasn't thunderstorming. I need a lot of concrete, and I'm sick and tired of doing it manually. So in my little break between recording, I've still been doing stuff, namely down this hole right here. Right here. I built myself a blast chamber. Not my design, no mangoes, 260 items per TNT blast chamber. And I wanted to build this off camera because the last time I built one of these, it didn't work all that well. So I wanted to test it. I didn't want to have to rely on an episode for it. And this thing has been spitting out concrete like crazy. I did 2 shulkers of the gray concrete, and that's most of it. The rest of it's in the system right there. And yeah, I think I've used only a handful of TNT. So this thing is working like a dream. But I'm going to have to sit here probably for a couple hours. Because, yeah, 12 shulkers. 12 shulkers of black concrete. I can't remember the exact number. I think it was almost exactly 25,000 black concrete is what I'm going to need. And then even more glass. So I've actually also been sitting over at my smelter, cooking up a ton of sand to do some stuff with. But, yeah, it's a fairly simple design. I added... Let's get rid of those. I added this little storage thing with the dropper on top, and it's kind of fantastic, because every time you put a powder there, a new one will spit out. See? It's great. It's easy. It relies on the same circuit right here. So I'm going to sit here for, like, I don't know, hours, because I didn't time this, and just do this. Lots and lots of this. My life has been reduced to placing concrete powder. But it's going to come in handy. We're going to use it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. So when I get back, all that'll be done. I'll grab the rest of the stuff I need, and then we gotta kind of prep the tunnel, because there's a lot of work to be had. So I will see you in several hours of boring, monotonous concrete placement. So it took about 3 hours of grinding at our new blast chamber to make those 12 shulkers of black concrete. And you can see I need to make this tunnel. It's filled with mobs, and actually that's not even that bad. Like a second ago when I flew down this thing, you can just look at this. Look at this. It's ridiculous. It's way too many mobs. But I wanted to actually start at the entrance of our tunnel. It'll just help me plan things out. And for this, what we're going to do is we're going to actually use up pretty much this entire space, pretty much up to that warped wood up there. And we're going to make a bigger, more robust Stargate. Hi, how are you? Bigger, more robust Stargate. Hey, fine, go away. I'll see you in a minute. You'll come back. More robust Stargate. And we're going to use some terracotta for this. So terracotta, some sea lanterns, and some warped trap doors. So let me try to figure this out. So this should be the center of our tunnel here, and I think the first block actually goes here? Hang on. Let's look at the screenshot. It goes just below the slab. So no, the first one actually goes where that button is. So right there. So that should be mark the center of where our tunnel is going to be. And then we're just going to build a really big circle. Really big circle with a couple of lights inside of it. That represents what Stargate calls chevrons, and essentially a coordinate in 3-dimensional space. I got a lot of clearing out to do here. I didn't want to do this until I was ready. And that's mostly because this place is not spawn-proof, as you can tell. And I'm just creating more spawnable blocks, and we don't want to do that. So this shouldn't take me too long. It's literally just terracotta and other random bits. So give me like 10, 20 minutes, and hopefully three, two more. Okay, this shouldn't take me too long, but I will see you guys in a moment. So, the entrance to our tunnel took a little bit longer than I thought, mostly because I built it wrong. I did this half first, and then this half, and I built this one block too far. Like, that was supposed to be a 5 wide gap, and I made it a 6, and, you know, you looking at it, and it just looked wrong, and I was like, oh, that's why. Way to go, Sober. Way to go. But yeah, that's done. Looks good. I built better Stargates in previous seasons, actually, in Season 3. Season 3? Yeah, Season 3. I actually had a video on it a while back, so you should go check that out. But right now, what I want to do is start prepping the tunnel. I have to dig a ton of netherrack, but less so over here by our portal. And actually, our portal's going to move 2 blocks, because we actually ended up moving our nether portal at our main base and moved back a couple blocks, so new portal's going to go here. And I actually have this tunnel even right now. It's 14 blocks across, and I need to make it bigger and odd. But first, I want to go back 38 blocks from here, because that's going to be our little mini hubs kind of dimensions. So what I've done, let's see, maybe I can do it this way too. That's 29. That actually makes it super easy. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38? 38. Okay, cool. So our mini hub is going to extend 38 blocks from our new portal location, and it's going to go another 38 blocks beyond. So we're going to be building over lava in a little bit. But there. This just helps me because I don't have to dig as much netherrack here as I do over here. But I still have to dig a ton. And I want to start at this end because the end over here by our entrance is actually a lot of lava underneath here. I remember building this bridge early on with Cash. Maybe not lava. Yeah, nope, there it is. There's the lava. How am I going to get out of here? There we go. There we go. So I'd rather start at that end, and that way I can get the dimensions of the tunnel right, and then recoup the netherrack and build out over that lava lake. So I'm going to go grab my picks, because I'm going to need a few of them. And this is going to take me a very, very long time, and I'm crying on the inside because of it. After many more hours than I care to admit, our nether tunnel is finally prepped and ready to go. We can actually start building. It took a very long time to do this, more than I predicted. This side over here, easy. Didn't take long at all. It was mostly open nether. It was this side, with that bad boy right there. This thing was just a chunk of netherrack that I had to carefully mine out because of all the walls that are in here that are going to come in handy in a little bit for a reason that I will share with you shortly. But I wanted to talk about this nether portal first. This portal does not belong to me. Does not belong to us. It's another player. It popped up a couple weeks, a month, 2 months into the season, and I just kind of randomly saw it one day as I was whizzing on by our old tunnel. So I contacted this person, and I told him I would integrate his portal into our design, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. I do have a mock-up of what I'm trying to achieve over here, and you can see now why I needed so much black concrete and black glass. It's going to take a ton. And this tunnel is very reminiscent of last season's, with a few minor alterations. Alteration number 1, it's smaller, which means less materials. Alteration number 2, less layers of glass. I've only got 3. Last season we had 5. And the other alteration has to do with these bad boys right here. Now, last season, I had them littered throughout this level like this, and then also on this level, and on this level, and on this level, and it was a lot of end rods. They were everywhere. Thousands of them. I don't want that this season. I want significantly less end rods to just help with my mental sanity. So what we're going to do instead of placing it like this, we're actually going to recess them back into the black concrete. So we're going to do something like this over here. If we break that right there, and I do that, I can now place black concrete against the netherrack, which is why I did this throughout the entire tunnel. If I then place a end rod like that, we have a light effect that is recessed and a bit hidden. So as you approach it, you actually see a bit more, but as you get perfectly perpendicular to it, math, you see less of it. And because of the glass, it diminishes that light hitting you straight on. You can see with a regular one, it's very white. With this one, it's significantly grayer. Grayer, is that a word? I think it is. So now what I need to do is go. Just go through this tunnel and do all this black concrete, black glass. Now, what I want to achieve here is an effect as you're traversing the wormhole that's generated between stargates. So we've got our stargate here, we've got our stargate back at our base, and this is the wormhole that's generated when you connect two of them together. So it's very nerdy, and I admit that, and I don't care because I'm a nerd, and it's fine. Stargate is probably the greatest sci-fi TV series ever, and I don't apologize for it whatsoever. So yeah, that's it. Let me do a bunch. I'm gonna do a bunch. I might do a little break, do the bottom half because I've discovered from last season, doing kind of the bottom half of the concrete and then the glass working its way in is easy, and then doing it the opposite is easy for the top. So you do the innermost glass and then work your way out to the black concrete. It's gonna be a little bit harder to do that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But I've got another idea I want to try to integrate, but I haven't seen it on a large scale because on our test server, I only built this tunnel about 30 blocks long and not the 200 blocks we got to go. So pray for me. I have many hours ahead of me of placing all of this stuff. So I'll see you guys in a second for you and like hours for me. I sometimes ask why I do this to myself. I just build with a lot of resources. In this case, tons of sand. All the glass, all the concrete, all the sand. 18 chokers of sand so far, and I need to go make, 18 chokers of glass so far, and I need to make a ton more. Because we have a little bit more to do. I'm thinking only 12 shulkers more, maybe? I don't know. I honestly haven't done the math, but it's always good to have glass around. Always good. And we've got a couple of Space Invader visitors in our tunnel, which is cool, I guess. I hope you can breathe. You're dead, so it's okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm really liking the effect this is achieving. You can see, as you look at the end rods that are mimicking stars as you're flying through, you only see a quick point of them as you're traversing through this stable wormhole connecting our two galaxies. But yeah, still lots more to do. I was just at a good stopping point because, you know, the glass. Let me show you this too. This is what I talked about earlier about trying to incorporate some color into it. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just did it really quickly, and it doesn't look good. Maybe if I chose other colors, it might look good. Maybe if I incorporated a bit of gray, it might look good, but I'm just not even going to do it. I don't like it. If it was deeper, if I had more layers, it might look good too. But no, it just doesn't look good. So I'm going to get rid of all those. They don't look good. I'm glad I only did like 7 of them because getting in there is not fun because I was literally doing one of these. Just bloop bloop, and it's slow going. But we're getting close. We're getting very close to finishing. And I'm glad I started with the tunnel and not our hub. Because if I probably would have forgot to measure this. The fact that that portal needs to be raised. And this is not the layer where our hub's going to be. It's going to be right on the same layer as the glass. So I'm glad, super glad that I did that. But I'm going to go smelt some more glass. And when I get back, hopefully this whole thing's done. And I fix my mistakes that you can see all up there that I forgot to put black concrete in. But you didn't see that. Why didn't I show it to you? I'm going to move the portal too once it's all done. I'm thinking about moving it to a level that's easy to access. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it into the glass or insert it back and wrap the glass around. I haven't decided yet. I gotta figure that out. But you know, that's future me problems. So we'll see. Gonna do some stuff, and I'll be back in a bit. Guys, our nether tunnel's done. It is 100% done. All the glass, all the stars, all the greatness is in. It took a lot of resources. I have like, I think I started this episode with like 30-something shulkers of sand, and I think I'm down to 4 now. So I've gotta get some more sand in the very near future because we're gonna be using so much concrete and a ton more glass, I think, for the rest of this season. So yeah. The effect has been achieved, though. It feels like you're traveling through a wormhole in space, which is what I wanted. One side note, I put a lot more stars in the ceiling than I did in the floor. That was not purposeful. Not purposeful at all. It was really difficult to gauge how many I was actually putting up there, just because it was like I only had like a 3-block gap between the glass I was walking on and the concrete ceiling, so I couldn't really see the end result until I was done. But I'm not changing it now. There's no way I'm gonna either remove some of those, or add more down here. It would take forever, way too long. We did integrate this other player's nether portal, like I said. It detracts a little bit and distracts a little bit from the effect, but you know, he has that portal there, and I couldn't not integrate it in. You know, he needs to be able to access his base. The one drawback is that you can't You can't just walk up to it. So I hope he's got some elytra, and if he doesn't, I will give him some, because that's just the neighborly thing to do, and that's what we're about here on Titancraft. But I'm calling it here, guys. I was going to work on the Nether hub, but that would take a very long time, and this episode would be really, really long if I did. So I think I'm gonna kind of split this up into two parts. So portal or Nether tunnel done, Nether hub next episode. But until next time, you guys have a good one.